What if I told you that one of the most famous and most visited landmarks in the United States is hiding a secret so disturbing that even American citizens are not allowed to see it? The Grand Canyon is known around the world as a symbol of natural beauty, history, and geological wonder, attracting more than 6 million visitors every year who come to admire its vast cliffs, deep valleys, and ancient rock formations. Yet very few people ever question why certain parts of this massive canyon are completely forbidden, locked away behind restricted access signs, guarded by authorities, and erased from public exploration maps, with almost no explanation given. While tourists are free to hike, camp, and photograph most areas, there are specific zones inside the Grand Canyon where entry is strictly prohibited, where drones are illegal, where flights are banned, and where even experienced researchers and explorers are denied access, raising a troubling question that has lingered for over a century. What exactly is being hidden there? Official explanations claim environmental protection, dangerous terrain, or preservation laws. But this reasoning begins to fall apart when we realize that many equally dangerous locations around the world are still open to scientific study and controlled exploration, making the extreme secrecy surrounding these areas feel unusual, excessive, and intentional. This mystery takes us back to the year 1909, a time when exploration was still raw and unfiltered, when the American West remained largely unexplored, and when a man named Kincaid embarked on a solo expedition through the Grand Canyon, along the Colorado River, a journey that would later become one of the most controversial stories in American archaeological history. According to Kincaid's account, while navigating the canyon walls, he noticed something unnatural high above the river, an opening carved into the rock face that did not resemble a natural cave, an entrance that seemed deliberately designed, hidden, and protected by its difficult location. When he managed to enter this opening, what he claimed to find inside defied everything known about North American history at the time, because instead of natural caverns, he described a vast underground tunnel system extending deep into the canyon, containing stone chambers, hallways, and rooms that appeared to be intentionally constructed by human hands. If true, this discovery would imply that an ancient civilization with knowledge comparable to that of Egypt or the Middle East had reached North America thousands of years before Christopher Columbus, a revelation that would completely shatter the accepted timeline of human history. This story did not remain hidden at first. On April 5, 1909, the Arizona Gazette published a detailed article describing Kincaid's discovery, naming him directly, outlining the artifacts, and claiming that the Smithsonian Institution had taken interest in the find, sending scientists to investigate and transport the artifacts for further study. At the time, the article was treated as serious news, read by thousands, and never officially retracted. Yet after its publication, something strange happened. The story abruptly disappeared. There were no follow-up investigations, no museum exhibitions, no academic papers, and no public records acknowledging the discovery. And years later, the Smithsonian Institution would go so far as to deny that Kincaid ever existed, dismissing the entire story as fiction without offering detailed explanations or evidence to counter the original claims. This sudden silence fueled decades of suspicion, leading many researchers, historians, and conspiracy theorists to believe that the discovery was deliberately suppressed because its implications were too disruptive, too controversial, and too damaging to the established narrative of American history. Critics argue that acknowledging such a discovery would force historians to rewrite textbooks, challenge long-held archaeological theories, and admit that ancient civilizations were far more advanced, connected, and capable of global travel than modern science is willing to accept. The mystery deepens when we consider that many caves and tunnel systems within the Grand Canyon remain permanently sealed, off-limits to exploration, and unlisted in public documentation, while satellite images of certain restricted areas appear blurred, altered, or suspiciously unclear, further fueling speculation that something is being intentionally concealed. In recent years, independent researchers analyzing publicly available satellite data claim to have identified geometric formations, artificial-looking entrances, and structural anomalies within restricted zones that do not resemble natural erosion patterns, although government officials continue to dismiss these findings as coincidental geological features. Still, the central question remains unanswered. If there is truly nothing unusual hidden within the Grand Canyon, why not allow independent verification, controlled scientific exploration, or transparent investigation to put the rumors to rest once and for all? Why maintain secrecy for over a century, deny documented newspaper reports, and restrict access so aggressively? Was Kincaid a fabricator seeking attention? Was the Arizona Gazette mistaken? Or did someone decide that the truth was simply too dangerous to reveal to the public? Because if if ancient civilizations did reach America long before recorded history, then everything we believe about human progress, migration, and civilization would need to be reconsidered. Perhaps some mysteries are dismissed not because they are false, but because acknowledging them would force humanity to confront an uncomfortable truth that our past is far more complex, interconnected, and mysterious than we are willing to accept, and that sometimes the greatest secrets are hidden not in the shadows, but in plain sight, beneath the surface of places we think we already understand.